Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and today we're going to do two things. We're going to make a wonderful almond and cranberry granola, and I'm making that for my market stand. And the other thing we're going to do is I've got a lot of friends who get commodities and they get the Farina from the commodities and they say, oh, we don't like that. It's like cream of wheat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, if you get this, how you can make a beautiful cocoa wheats mix out of it. And that's what we're going to do today. Just two simple things. So let's get busy, friends. First thing first is I've got to chop up my almonds. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a nice bunch of almonds. It's going to wind up being a couple cups of chopped almonds. Okay, and just chop them. I'm just going to run my knife through them and just get them all chopped up. Only takes a minute. That's all you got to do. And I'm just going to give mine a rough chop. You can use a food processor, but I don't have mine out here, so we're just chopping it by hand. So let me get these chopped. I'll get them in a bowl, and then we'll get busy and add all our other ingredients to it. And we'll get this granola all finished up. Okay, so I think we got these cut up pretty good. I might have a couple of them in there that are a little bigger chunks, but that's all right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put these in our bowl. And the recipe calls for 2 cups. So put in however much you want. If you like them, you put in more if you want. If you want less, that's okay too. So we got that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our oats in here. We're going to do 3 cups of oats. Beautiful. Okay, I need my measuring cup. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in here, and that's all I'm putting in here. So I'm just going to mix this up. This will be beautiful. Okay? Now, in this bowl over here, I'm going to mix up, I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of my maple syrup. I'm going to list the recipe as it's stated, but you know I always change mine a little bit. Instead of using the brown sugar, I'm going to use the maple syrup. I'll list it original in the description box, but I'll put a little note beside of it that you can substitute maple syrup for it as well. Okay, so we're going to put about 3 tablespoons of maple syrup in here. That'll be good. We're going to do a 1/3 cup of honey, so that'll be just a little more than what I've got here. Okay. And there's all our honey. Okay, now to this, let me set that right there. We're going to add my vanilla. There it is. This calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. It's in here. Okay. All right, so we're going to get that mixed all up. This is going to be wonderful. We're going to put a little bit of salt in here. Probably, what does it call for the salt? A 1/4 teaspoon. So it's just a little bit of salt. And then it calls for a little bit of cinnamon. About a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. So we'll do this one. We'll do 2 of these. And if you don't like the cinnamon, you can go ahead and leave that out. There we go. Perfect. I put a little extra in there because we like it. All right, we're going to give this a good mix. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to set our oven to 300. Oh. $300. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour this in here and we're going to mix this all up. This is wonderful. Now, because I'm going to cook this fairly low, let me put all these in here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add coconut to it now so that it gets toasted with the granola. And then I'll add some coconut to it afterward as well. So I'm going to do 1 cup in it now. And then I'll do 1 cup along with the cranberries after it's all done. Okay? See that? How beautiful that is? Just mix that up really good. This makes a wonderful granola. I'm telling you, it's the only granola recipe you'll ever have to have. The basic recipe. You can add in whatever nuts you want, whatever dried fruit you want. All right, so that turns out pretty good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dump this right on our pan. And we're going to scrape all that out of our bowl. We don't want to waste any of that at all. Okay. Beautiful. I got a little bit of parchment paper on my tray. And you just wanted this to go in a single layer. Now we're going to bake this at 300 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes. And we're going to mix it up just once halfway through the baking process. And that's going to be it. Okay? Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and stick that in the oven. I'm going to clean up my mess. And while that's baking, we'll go ahead and we'll put our cocoa wheats together. Okay, friends. When I put this in the oven, I forgot, when I mixed it up, I forgot my vegetable oil. This hasn't been in there very long. So we're going to drizzle a 1/4 cup of oil on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix it the best that I can. Get that all mixed up in there. And it'll be fine. That happens. And that'll soak that all up in there. Come on, you. Sometimes that happens. Okay, So that's pretty mixed up. Goodness sakes. Sometimes I forget things. Okay, we're gonna spread that out, back out. All right, this is going back in the oven. It's only been in there about 10 minutes, so. Okay, friends, now that our granola is done and it's beautiful, it needs to cool completely before we can do anything with it. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to make our cocoa wheats. So you're gonna want 3 1/3 cups, but I'm doubling mine. I'm going to need 2/3 of a cup. There we go. That's that. Okay, so now to this, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. And we're also going to do 1 cup of our cocoa powder. That can get messy. Okay, so with that, we're gonna do a teaspoon of cinnamon and I believe a teaspoon of salt. Yep, a teaspoon each of cinnamon and salt. There's the salt. This stuff, my grandkids love this stuff. And there was a few people I showed that they could make this, that they were giving away their Farina. I said, oh my gosh, let me show you what to do with that Farina, because it works beautifully. All right, so we're just gonna mix this. And that's how easy this is to make. Just get in there and work it. I should have put it in a bigger bowl, but that's okay. It'll mix up beautifully. You know what? We're gonna put it in a bigger bowl. I'm not messing with that. Okay, now we can mix it. See that? Beautiful. Get it mixed up really good. And when you go to cook these, it's so easy. You just boil 1 cup of water and you put 3 tablespoons of your cocoa wheat mix in there and let it simmer. You bring it to a boil, put it in there, reduce the heat, let it simmer for 3 minutes, stirring constantly though, because otherwise it'll burn. And your kids are gonna love this. Okay, that's it. So now we're just going to fill up our container with this, and it'll be wonderful. It's how easy this is to make, and this stuff is good. Your kids are gonna love this. And it's healthier than the sugary cereals you get. Yes, there's sugar in it. There's sugar in everything. But this is a little healthier than, you know, your sugary cereals. All right. That's it. Perfect in my container. And that's how easy it is to make cocoa wheats from Farina, with just a few added ingredients. Now we're going to let this granola finish cooling, and then we'll go ahead and we'll finish mixing our fruit and our coconut in there. Okay, friends, our granola is all done. And look at the nice chunks. They're beautiful. So we're going to get it in here the best we can. It's gorgeous. It smells wonderful too. Beautiful. Now, when I was off camera, I made a bunch more. Look at how gorgeous that is. Nice, big, beautiful chunks in there. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to put 2 cups of our cranberries in here. You can use any fruit you want. I just happen to sell a lot of this with the cranberries in it. So we're going to do 2 of those. And then we're also going to do 1 more cup of coconut. And this is a sweetened coconut. I'm going to put that in there. And we're just going to give this just a rough mix, just to spread this all around. Take a look at how beautiful that is. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to package them in these Ziploc bags, because I'll package this later in my containers for my market stand. But I'm just going to put it in here for now. This is wonderful. We love this on yogurt too. But this is a good way to make your kids some healthy cereal. It's good on just about anything yogurt. It's even good with a little bit of ice cream. It's just all around good. And it's healthier than the sugary cereals as well. Especially if you do, you know, you can make this refined sugar-free if you use, like I did, you use maple syrup and honey. And it makes it just wonderful. So that's it. That's our beautiful granola, friends. All right, I'm going to clean up my mess. Okay, friends, we got 2 beautiful cereals done. One is for hot cocoa wheats, which is so easy to make. And it's one thing that if you get commodities, because that's usually where the cream of wheat comes from. I mean, you can buy it in the store, yes, and you can make this with store-bought cream of wheat. But some of the people that I know, they get the Farina, and they don't like it, so they either throw it away or they give it away. Well, this is what you can do with it, and your family will love it. And with the granola, it's a basic recipe that you can add whatever you choose to it. It's wonderful, it's delicious, and if you use honey and maple syrup, it's healthier. So there you have it, friends. I hope you enjoy these recipes. Thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen. I will put all these recipes in the description box, as I always do. I'll see you in the next video, friends. And as always, thanks for watching.